Hey guys, be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram for extra content you won't see here. Click the links in the description below. Hey, what's up guys? Eagle94 back again here with another action figure review. Today we're going to look at the Mezco 112 Collective Wonder Woman action figure. This is of course from the DC Universe line, and this is based off of the, I believe this is her movie. I don't think this is the Justice League version, which I don't think there was a huge difference in her outfit, but I could be wrong. I think this is based off of her movie, since we do see her symbol only and nothing about the Justice League. So coming in almost a year later after the fact that they announced, and I think these pre-orders went up, so they took their sweet time releasing this figure, that's for sure. But it's finally here, and this is the front of the box. We get her logo. We do get the 112 Collective on the left corner. We get DC on the right, and on the very top we do get Wonder Woman. On the side is just her logo again, and then on the back side we get 4 different pictures of the figure posed, and then we do get a little picture or tease of what we can expect from this package, all of her accessories and the figure itself. And just like every other traditional Mezco 112 regular release, we get a sleeve, so that what you saw was a sleeve, and then once you slide it out you get to see the figure through the window packaging. We can see the Wonder Woman inside. Alright guys, and there she is out of the box, and before we get started, don't forget to check out onestoptoyshop.com for your latest and greatest Mezco 112 Collective figures. So I urge you guys to check it out if you guys are interested in not just this Wonder Woman figure, but any other figures. He gets all the new ones that are coming up. And also check him out on Facebook, because he does post up listings that he may not post up on his website. So Facebook and Instagram, he is active there a little bit more too. Be sure to check out the links down below. And right off the bat, as I was taking out the box, I became immediately underwhelmed by the figure. I know I've heard some things here and there from several other people posting online about this figure, and it seems to be true. You know, all the things you hear, and I don't know, this figure is suffering from a lot. You know, it truly is. It's not something I would expect from Mezco. I don't know, for such a premium figure, for an $80 figure. I don't feel like I got my money's worth. That's so far, you know, how I feel. So let's get right into it, check everything out, and see why I feel this way. So here's the figure right here. Real quick, we can take a look on the side, the back, the other side, and the front. So let's take a look at her accessories first. So Wonder Woman comes with 2 fists, and also she comes with 2 open hands posed like this. And lastly, these may look like fists once again, but they are not. They're actually slightly open. They're grabbing hands for her lasso or her shield, and that's all her hands. We get 2 head sculpts with this figure, and the first among them is this neutral, normal looking face. And then the other face is this one, where she has a more serious look, and her hair is almost like it's waving in the air, but it's behind her shoulders on this mold. And I actually prefer this face sculpt over the other. She comes with her shield, and this comes with some fantastic looking paint and detail. The overall color in black and gold, and I don't even know what color to call this, but it looks great, and the straps are molded there. You just gotta slide her arm through the straps, and that's it. So the shield looks nice, and she does come with a molded lasso to hook onto the side of her hip. Here's her sword, which has some nice sculpting, very little details going on in the blade area. That's on both sides, and then the handle itself looks good. Decent paint. And then lastly, we have a extended lasso, or what's meant to be a lasso, and I think this is just kind of weird. It's basically just a bendy string. I can see what they're trying to do here. They wanted to have the owner able to pose the rope however they want, but it doesn't look like a lasso. It doesn't look like a rope. It just looks like she's holding a weird looking string. So I actually don't like how this looks, and the color's off too. And don't forget guys, just like with every Mezco 112 Collective figure, they come with a base and a stand. Did not show it, but she does come with one with the Wonder Woman logo printed on the top of the base. So overall, the figure is all plastic, all molded, except for the skirt piece, which is the only fabric part of the figure, which is quite odd for a Mezco, of course, because they all come with fabric goods. But they really couldn't do anything else with this particular figure. Everything is metal, everything else is armor, so that's the only option to make fabric is the skirt piece. So I understand why. It's just like their upcoming Iron Man figure is not going to have any fabric goods at all, because it's all armor, so that's understandable. So my first huge gripe comes in at, of course, the face sculpt, everyone's biggest gripe that I keep hearing about, and it is because it doesn't look like Gal Gadot. I mean, the likeness is not there at all for me. I don't see it. I don't even see it for a little bit on this face sculpt. I mean, you know, we men, we know what Gal Gadot looks like. You know, that's not Gal Gadot. So yeah, the face sculpt could have been better, a lot better actually. So that's a huge bummer, because that's the face. If we're going off the look of the movie, we gotta have her look like Gal Gadot, like the actress that plays her in the movie. If they were making their own Wonder Woman, their own version, that I can understand. You know, I guess you can play it off like that if you really want to play it off. Oh, it's their own version of it. Whatever. They're making a Thor from Ragnarok and it looks just like Chris Hemsworth. So, you know, they're basing this off the movie, so it should look like the movie, right? So that is off. I don't like it. Now, that being said, the alternate head looks slightly better. I did mention that I like the alternate head preferably over the one that comes already on the figure. Something about this head makes it look a little bit closer to Gal Gadot. I can see some likeness on this face. So on that point, I'm going to go ahead and swap them out so I can feel a little bit better and have her, for the rest of the review, sporting this head sculpt. So that's how she looks with it once again, and I think it looks a lot better than this one over here. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the expression, or maybe it's the hair mold. I don't know, but it looks slightly better. I'm not saying it's better, just slightly better, if that makes sense. Still not happy with it. As for my second gripe, that comes into the articulation department of this figure, and it is quite terrible, I'm sorry to say, but you can't sit here and say that the articulation on this figure is good, because it's not. So let's get right into it. We got the head swiveling left and right, no problem, that looks good. It goes right, it goes up. Of course, we get hindering at the hair. That's okay, it's gonna happen. Going down, that's about as much as she goes down, which is decent. Now the arms are the worst part. This is the main, you know, part that angers me here is, so they're already kind of outward, I guess you can say. If you take a look at it, you can't really have her arms straight down. I guess it's just how the mold is. Now, she, as you can see already, she doesn't have a bicep swivel. All she does is go forward and back. She goes in and out, which has good range at least. We don't get a bicep swivel. And then the elbow joints are just, I'm sorry to sound so negative, but they're terrible. So we get a single jointed elbow that doesn't even bend 90 degrees. You can see right there, it's almost at the 90-degree angle, but it just won't make it. It doesn't go any further than that. So you can see here, this is all she bends her arm. For someone as flexible as Wonder Woman, someone as athletic as Wonder Woman, that's all she can bend her arms at. So she does get a swivel at the elbow. We get a swivel at the wrist with a hinge. Do not get any torso articulation at all. Maybe it's due to the armor, but they could have easily made a cut there to have some kind of diaphragm joint function there to move there. It also doesn't seem like she has a waist swivel either. If she does, it's entirely stiff and very useless, because you can't really move it anyways because of the armor. The legs do go forward and back. That's good. In and out, there's a good decent range, and also on my particular figure, we get a little bit, a little loose than I am comfortable with on figures, but I've seen worse. We do get a thigh swivel. We get a single jointed knee that bends a little bit more than 90 degrees, which is good at least. Then we do get ankles that hinge. They will pivot, I think. Yeah, they do pivot, and then they do swivel. Alright, and this is how it looks like to holster in the lasso and then the sword. So this looks cool. I like that. They do have little hooks and holsters for that. And then here you can kind of take a look at the texture on that fabric skirt that she comes with. So that looks okay. You can kind of see how it's kind of slipping out from underneath the armor. And then as it was packaged in, it was folding. That piece is kind of stuck in that position there, showing the inside. So there she is next to another Mezco figure for a size comparison. That's the Batman Beyond San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for this year. And she does stand a little bit shorter than Batman Beyond. I'm still new to this Mezco game here, so I don't have a lot of Mezco figures to compare it to, so I don't have any previous Justice League figures, so I can't do that. And I also don't have the Figuarts version, which I still think is the best movie Wonder Woman out there, is the SH Figuarts one to compare it next to. But I can already say that it's leagues ahead of this one. So although I don't have the comparison here for you guys since I don't have the actual figure available, I do recommend the Figuarts one already more than this one. Anyways, for the heck of it, there's a Figuarts Captain Phasma figure compared to her. There she is next to a NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Leonardo. The Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider. And for your final random comparison, here's a female Marvel Legend Gamora. Alright, that's it guys. That's going to do it for my review of the Mezco 112 Collective Wonder Woman figure by Mezco Toys. So as you guys already saw in the video, if you guys are still here, not Mezco's best figure at all, at least in my opinion. I can see some people liking the figure, but I'm going to be in the majority here, and I'm sorry, it's an easy pass. This is probably the easiest pass I could ever recommend anybody for any figure. I mean, so far in a long time. Guys, we got to take a look at what we're getting here for $80. That's not cheap, you know, it's $80, almost $100 there. And you're not getting much. I mean, we're only getting 2 heads. We're only getting 3 sets of hands and a couple accessories. I've seen other Mezco figures come with a lot more. We would get 3 heads or 4 heads. We would get weapons with effects and all that. So I know they could have done so much more. You know, the live accessories could have gone into the actual figure itself. We could have gotten better articulation, could have gotten better likeness. All that could have gone into the figure. And don't even get me started on this lasso. I just don't feel happy with this figure, and I just can't recommend it to you guys. So that's it. That's the review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always, guys, have a great day. Bye.